The Tampa Bay Lightning are proud to select from Modo in the Swedish Elite League, Victor Hedman.
In the 2009 NHL entry draft inside the Bell Center in Montreal, Victor Hedman began his NHL career. Now in his 16th season, the defenseman is thankful for his past.
Vinny, Marty, and then Stammer as my captains, but so many more guys that I've probably going to forget to mention a few of them, but Matthias Olin was a big influence for me early on. Eric Brewer, just professional.
Here's Hedman on what he learned from Brewer and Olin during his early years.
How they prepare before every game and every practice. Always the first guys here and the last guys to leave, and really working on their body and then getting a lot of treatments and making sure their body's in good shape.
Victor Hedman hails from Örnsköldsvik, a small city on the eastern coast of Sweden. His hometown means a lot to him.
I had a lot of role models that I could look up to from my hometown. Peter Forsberg, the Sedin twins, Marcus Naslund, just to name a few. So I was surrounded by greatness, and they showed it was possible for a player from our hometown to make it over here. So obviously those guys were big role models for me, and kind of hoping and doing whatever I could to make it over here. So I was very fortunate to grow up where I grew up.
The Swede skates in game number 1083 tonight, passing Steven Stamkos for a Lightning franchise record. General Manager Julien Brisebois believes the history is already written.
He's got a Norris, he's got a Conn Smythe, 2 Stanley Cups, 4 Cup Finals, a World Championship. He's a very accomplished player. He's an all-time, he's one of the best players of his generation and one of the best defensemen in the history of this game. Count him on your fingers type level of player.
Earlier this season, Hedman broke the franchise record for assists, passing Martin St. Louis for his 589th assist on November 30th in a 5-3 loss to Toronto.
Obviously didn't expect going into this league to have a record like that, but I'm to enjoy it for a few weeks or months before Coach passes me, so hopefully I can keep feeding him the puck at the same time. But no, joking aside, to have a milestone like that is pretty huge.
No achievement was arguably greater than the Lightning's 2020 Stanley Cup victory en route to back-to-back cups. The 2018 Norris winner added a Conn Smythe to his resume.
I never, in my dream, thought that I would win the Stanley Cup. It's a dream. It's so unrealistic. It's what you dream of when you play on the streets back home when you grow up. It's what you imagine all the time.
Head coach John Cooper has watched Hedman grow since his first season coaching the team in 2013.
The big one for me is when he scored the series winner against, was it Boston? Our first Stanley Cup year. That was one of my iconic memories of him.
Left circle to Hedman. Tees it up. Shoot! Score! Hedman! The Lightning win it! They win it again in overtime! This series is over! The Lightning win it 3-2 in double overtime! And they're on to the Eastern Conference Final!
I always say you've never met a bad Swede. And so he's as nice and caring, and he just has all the people person traits you want. But he garners a massive amount of respect in the way he carries himself. That's probably the greatest asset he has.
For the Lightning Audio Network, I'm Jared Johnston.